This is the DarkFlash Tracer DT240 by Aigo. Now, you might be looking at this and thinking to yourself, Yang, that cooler kinda looks familiar, as if I've seen it before in some other big YouTube channel, and well, you'd be correct. That's because Linus actually bought one of these off Wish.com and he was supposed to build it inside of his all-Wish PC build, but he didn't manage to for reasons. Now, I'm probably going to sound like a hipster in the whole, oh, I did it before it was cool kind of way, but yeah, I did just buy, this cooler first. It's just that I took more than a year to get down to reviewing it. So yeah, boys and girls, I bought this cooler in January of 2019 and I'm doing a review of it in 2020. Yeah, well, better late than never, right? So since Linus didn't get to test it out, I guess I will. So how well does the DT240 perform? Well, let's find out. I'm sorry if my throat sounds a bit weird at the moment. I've actually got a bit of a messed up throat. So I'm going to try and sound as normal as possible. So when you buy this cooler and you open up the box, well, you get what is pretty much considered the standard package when buying a cooler these days. You get obviously your AIO cooler, you get two fans, you get the mounting brackets which support almost every socket out there except for maybe Threadripper, and of course you get some screws to go along with it, and just in case, you get some thermal paste in case you don't have any of those. Now, if you've been following my channel, you know that I've taken a look at Aigo coolers before and that I haven't been very impressed with their mounting systems for AM4, but this time around that issue should be resolved, as it uses a mounting mechanism that utilizes the stock bracket that comes with AM4 boards, and I've tested other coolers that use this same mounting system and I've been very happy with them, so I'm expecting good results from this cooler. So I know that some of you would like to see some specs, so here's some for you guys. I tested this cooler on my AMD Ryzen 3700X, and because of this new mounting system, the installation was actually super simple. You just pop the bracket into place, you screw on these retention clips on both sides, and then you install the cooler. Now, what I usually like to do is that I install these screws just enough to keep these clips into place, and then holding the cooler, I pop the bottom in first, and feeling that it's securely in with my finger, I pop the top clip in. All the while, I'm actually pulling the CPU cooler away from the CPU, and then I start to screw in each side in about 3 rotations at a time. This is so that I can have a nice slow contact and pressed off the thermal paste to have a good spread between the IHS and the cold plate. Now, I've been using this technique for all my coolers and so far it's only been good spreads and good vibes. So this has been how I've been doing it. Now would also probably be a really good time to install the fans onto the radiator and of course to plug the pump header in. All in all, a pretty easy installation, pretty effortless, and I think it looks pretty good as well. So in terms of benchmarks, aside from the usual slew of load tests and softwares, I'll also be pitting it against the two best coolers that I have, the Segotep BQ 240 RGB and the Noctua NHU14S. The results unfortunately don't really impress. On a consistent full load, the CPU was nearly about 8 Celsius higher than even its brother from another mother, the Segotep BQ 240, which is of course another Chinese cooler. To be fair, that cooler is actually the best cooler that I have at the moment, besting even out the Noctua NHU14S, but I firmly believe that the results that I got for the Tracer DT240 could even be bested out by a really good 120mm AIO, so that's not really a really good look for it. I did maybe think that it would have something to do with the fans maybe not expelling the heat fast enough through the radiators that I tried swapping out the fans with my Gentle Typhoons, but the results were more or less the same, with only about a 2 Celsius improvement, so the poor performance of this cooler probably stems from the pump block, either, not absorbing the heat fast enough or pumping the liquid through it fast enough. On that note of the fans though, if there's one thing going for them is that they're still quite inaudible even at full speed. So yeah, you know what, at least even if it's not the best performer out there, it's not exactly a noisy one. Ooh, you can hear that thundering out there. You guys hear that? Jeez, loud. So let's start to bring things to a close. This cooler works, and that's probably as much as I can say about it. It's unexceptional in performance for cooling, and the fans are, I guess pretty silent, but other than that, they aren't really that great. When I got this cooler, I got it for about 215 ringgit, which is about 51 US dollars. So if you were planning to get one, I would tell you to save your money and look elsewhere. There are a lot of other good, better performing coolers out there, at this price point. So unless you really do like how this cooler works, and admittedly when plugged in it does look quite good, then maybe I guess it's okay to get it, because you probably wouldn't care too much about performance at that point. Long story short, I'm happy that Aigo fixed the shoddy AM4 mounting system, but that really wasn't enough at all to make this cooler any good, as it has some other issues elsewhere that just stopped this cooler from performing better than it could have. So yeah, if you like this review, give it a like, share it around so that you or maybe your friends can make a better, more informed decision about PC parts to buy. Well, which PC parts to buy. Drop any comments down below, click on the bell icon to get notified for when any new videos go live, and yeah, subscribe so that you can see more content like this from me in the future. My name is Yang, aka DTech Rodent, and well, the second Aigo cooler that I looked at was yet again another bust, but who knows, maybe, just maybe, the third time's the charm. Maybe. I'll see you guys in the next video.